Well, hey there, and welcome to the Church video series. And this lesson, we are in part 2 of color grading. And in the last lesson, we learned all about the science and technique behind color grading and the two-step process that everyone uses. Number 1, correction, and number 2, grading. And in this lesson, I'm going to share a bunch of resources on how you can learn more about this very advanced topic, but also resources that you can use to accelerate your color grading instantly, and how you can use presets so that we don't have to learn all the complexities and the theory behind this, but we can still get amazing results. Before we get to the presets, maybe you're like me and you do want to learn the complexities and techniques behind color grading. Well, if you do, there's a great site that taught me everything that I needed to know. It's called Color Grading Central. It's run by a guy named Denver Riddle, and the great thing about this site is that a lot of his tutorials are free. In fact, if you use Final Cut Pro, he has a complete, I think it's a 15-part course on color grading within Final Cut, and he also has tutorials on theory and understanding how to use color correction and the 3 different areas of your image: shadows, midtones, and highlights, and all the techniques behind it so that you can do everything yourself without presets. So if you want to learn that, make sure you visit that site because it's a great resource, and even if you don't know anything about this, it starts from the very beginning, very novice, and it goes all the way up to the advanced. Now, unfortunately, beyond Denver's training at Color Grading Central, there isn't a lot of training on color grading itself, and I think that's why one of the main reasons Denver started that site in the first place. But there are a lot of one-off tutorials. So for instance, if you saw a look in a movie like Transformers and you really wanted to have that kind of grungy, bluish look to your shot, if you Google search Transformers color grading, there's likely going to be several tutorials on that specific look. If you wanted to go for vintage or hipster looking color grading, if you type that into Google, you'll likely find a one-off tutorial here, maybe another one here. And what you can do is you can watch those tutorials because they're very specific and learn the theory behind a specific look. Now, the problem with these is that you're not going to have a wide range of uniform tutorials by the same person per se, but you will be able to find a single thing that you're looking for. So those are the 2 training things if you want to learn this from the ground up. So now let's get into the fun stuff, the presets. Okay, the fun stuff, the presets. What you can do with these is you can take the presets and you can just drag them onto your footage, and they will completely change the look of your footage from bland to beautiful in one step. And if I'm being honest, I haven't color graded from the ground up in a very long time. It's very time consuming and it's kind of tricky even for me still. And so I love to use presets, and then what I can do is I can put something on I like, and then I can tweak it until I get the exact look I'm after. So let's jump into some of the different presets that you could use. Number 1, Magic Bullet Looks. Magic Bullet Looks is created by a company called Red Giant, and it's probably one of the most popular color grading applications out there. It works as a plugin either inside of your current editing software, or it works as a standalone application outside if you don't have a plugin for it in your specific software. The cool thing about Magic Bullet Looks is that it really is built around the looks that you'll find in movies. So if you know a particular movie, maybe an action movie that you like, they likely have a look that is very similar to that, and you can just drag and drop, and then you can also edit beyond that if you need to make little changes. Now, I have to say the price for Magic Bullet Looks is a little bit high, and I've only used it several times myself personally because I'm not a huge fan, but it has a wide variety of different looks that you can use, and you'll likely be able to find one that will suit your next project very well. Number 2, Luster Grade Presets. The man that runs Color Grading Central, Denver Riddle, also has his very own line of color grading presets, and these will work inside Premiere, Final Cut, DaVinci Resolve, any of those applications. And the great thing about these presets is that they're very, very affordable. They're just drag and drop, and even after that, though, you can still edit and tweak them how you like. I haven't used these in a little while, but several years ago, they were almost all I used. They're fabulous presets, and they're only about $40, I think, and so you should really think about getting these if you're looking to just get into color grading initially, because they'll give you a wide variety of different looks to choose from and very affordable. Crumble Pop Color Kit. Crumble Pop is one of my favorite companies for making editing plugins. When I was first starting, I think I bought in almost every single one of their plugins, and they've just come out with a new one called Color Kit, and this is their complete color grading suite. I haven't used it personally, but my buddy who I shoot a lot of videos with says it's absolutely amazing, and now it's almost the only thing he uses for all of his color grading. So definitely look into that. The only thing to be concerned with is that all of CrumplePop's plugins are only made for Final Cut. So if you're editing in Premiere like me or something else besides Final Cut, unfortunately, you won't be able to use them. And VSCO, Visual Supply Company, Film. What I've really been excited about and using lately are Visual Supply Company's film stock emulations. And what that means is, instead of being specifically color grading, as in tweaking the colors within your image, these are actually emulating the way old film stocks used to look like. So you can make your images look really, really vintage, the way that old cameras used to look. Now, these are a little bit... they're not expensive, but they're run-of-the-mill, averagely priced, and you do need Adobe Lightroom to use them. Well, that concludes this list of resources and this lesson. I'll say it in this lesson like I did the last. Color grading can be intimidating. It can seem like a huge concept and science to understand, and in many ways it is. But if we use these presets, we can still get great images with beautiful colors, beautiful looks that look exactly like feature films, and all we have to do is drag and drop and maybe make a few tweaks after that. So look into some of these presets, invest in them, because they're gonna take your video editing and your final videos from here to here instantly in just a drag and drop. I'll see you in the next lesson.